And we back with day 12 of consistency. It's where I'm sitting here and I'm uploading 31 straight days for December, a gift from me to you. Today we're kicking it back all the way to the year 2000. The things I remember about the year 2000, it's nothing. Literally nothing, especially not in basketball, because I didn't start watching NBA until 2003, so we're going all the way back to 2000, 2001, and watching what really could happen in the NBA differently. We're basically in a different timeline. In real life, this year the Lakers won a championship, but anything can happen except for the Bulls winning, because this is a year that the Bulls were god-awful, and I'll show you the roster once we get to it. But if you're excited for this, be sure to leave a like on the video, man. We're going to be loaded in the 2001 draft class, 2002, we're going to get to LeBron's draft class, and so on and so forth. We're going to continue this until who knows when. If you leave enough likes on this video, we'll bring a part 2 later in the month, because I know I'm not getting all the way to 2019. 19 years in one video? What, am I crazy? No, I'm not. So leave a like. Okay, so how we're going to do this, I think I'm going to control the Lakers because they are the powerhouse of this timeline. But when I say control, I mean that very lightly because I'm spectating. Y'all know that's what we do on this channel. We are just spectating. If they want to trade Kobe, you can trade Kobe. If they don't want to sign Shaq, you don't sign Shaq back. Oh, that rhymes. So let me load in the draft class. We're talking about the 2001 draft class right here. Yes, generate your own storylines. Do what you got to do. But we're starting off with this Lakers team. Now, I'm on the PC, and from my understanding, when I did a brief look through, this this roster is pretty accurate. Oh my God. Accurate? I've been watching too much Agent Beamstar. It's pretty accurate. When it comes to like player overalls, and then even the contracts seem to be right. I mean, if they're off by a little bit, that's completely fine. But we got Shaq, Kobe, Horace Grant, who's 35 years old, Rick Fox, who's 35 years old, Derek Fisher. How long does it take Derek Fisher to get a jump shot off? If you're a Lakers fan, you should know that. But as you can see, the faces don't necessarily match up, and that is completely fine. You're gonna see some players' face. They're a black player in real life, but their face is a white player. That doesn't matter because we're not actually playing. As long as the statistics seem about right, that's all that matters. Ron Harper at 36 years old, former Bull, got a couple rings with us and then went into the Lakers and got one too. Tyronn Lue. Oh yeah, this is the year Tyronn Lue got stepped over by AI, right? 2001. That makes sense. You can fact check it if you want to. But he's 23 years old, a young Tyronn Lue with the corn braids to the back. Devin George is young. And yeah, so next team we're going to look at is your Orlando Magic, who have, of course, T-Mac, 21-year-old T-Mac, alongside Grant Hill, who's, you know, in this part, this is Grant Hill after a couple injuries, but he's still pretty good. We got Darrell Armstrong, Troy Hudson, Bo Outlaw, Mike Miller. I'm pretty sure this is the year Mike Miller ended up winning Rookie of the Year. It was not a good draft class in the year 2000. I'll say that. Mike Miller won Rookie of the Year, and he wasn't great. He wasn't phenomenal. Pat Garrity. He's got the Jonas Jerebko face scan. Pat Garrity, it's just a weird thing. And let me tell you this story. Back in the day, me and my homie that used to live across the street from me, again, we're talking like 2003, 2004. So at this point, I'm what? 8, 9 years old. We used to play fake basketball games in my mind. My friend, he played T-Mac, and I was Pat Garrity. My friend was the 97 overall on this team, and I played the role of Pat Garrity. We used to have this beautiful song where it said, Pat Garrity, bang. And we would just sing it over and over and over. Now I'm reminiscing, and I'm going to get sad because those days are gone. But is that Los? Tell me this is not Los's face scan. Hold on. If you, this is Los. Hold on, I gotta take a picture of this. I'm sorry, we gotta tweet this one. So if Los's face scan is in here, that means other like 2K YouTubers / streamers face scans might be in here. So be looking out for it. But they made Los 6'10", and we know that's not true in real life. D Brown, oh that's a shot. I think me and Los are probably the same height though. Monty Williams is still in the league, and so on and so forth. Then we have the Mavericks. Of course, we have Dirk, a younger Dirk, 22 years old. He's 87 overall. Steve Nash, Michael Finley, players that you know. Christian Laettner is pretty old there. And yes, I want to just sit here and look at the face scans that they got because I didn't sign the contract to be in 2K. But, I mean, my face scan could be here. The Brooklyn Nets, which really be The New Jersey Nets is here with Stephon Marbury, Kerry Kittles, Keith Van Horn. I remember that guy. Kenyon Martin, Kendall Gill. Steven Jackson is there. Oh, I wish they had the real Steven Jackson face. But I'm going to just briefly go through these. Aaron Williams. Wow, I ain't heard the name in a very long time. And we'll keep it moving. The bottom of the list, guys, don't matter too much. We'll just stick to the top of the top. Antonio McDyess, Nick Van Exum, Vashawn Leonard. See, again, this is before I started watching basketball. This name is completely foreign to me. Rafe LaFrance, you know him. James Posey, you should know him if you've been around as long as I have. Pacers have Jalen Rose, Reggie Miller, who's old as dirt at this point at 35. But they got the young up-and-coming Jermaine O'Neal at an 80 overall. Anybody else in the team? Al Harrington is cool. And Sam Perkins, almost 40. Still shooting threes. Then the Pelicans have nobody. Because in the year 2000, the Pelicans weren't a thing, I guess. So they literally have nobody. That is very interesting. We have Ben Wallace, Jerry Stackhouse at 25 years old. That's how old this roster is. 25 years old. Jerry Stackhouse is coaching nowadays. Chucky Atkins. Who is this? Is this Jid? Is that how you pronounce his name? J-I-D? Or do you say J-I-D? I don't listen to his music. Give me an L if you want to. But I'm pretty sure that's his face scan. I could be mistaken. Joe Smith got his face scan. Oh my God. I cannot believe all these people who have their face scans in the game. Okay. Then we have the Raptors of Vince Carter before he left to go to Jersey. Did he go to Jersey first or did he end up in Orlando first? Either way, he's there with Morris Peterson, Antonio Davis, Mark Jackson is pretty old. Charles Oakley is pretty old. Kevin Willis. And so on and so forth. Dale Curry's there. Oh, man, this team is really, really old. Muggsy Bogues is still in the league. All right. The Rockets have Steve Francis, Katino Mobley, Hakeem Olajuwon is in the league, but he is old as dirt as well. I think he ended up in Orlando after this year. Could be mistaken. And then the rest of this roster, nothing crazy. All right, Spurs, Timmy D, David Robinson is still here. Now, what you're going to notice is that we're not going to have any Tony Parker, any Manu Ginobili. So those guys are going to end up in different places, which means that Tim Duncan may only win that one ring, right? He's already got one because he won one with David Robinson before these guys got here. He may end up with just that one ring. The Suns have Jason Kidd, Sean Marion, Penny Hardaway, Cliff Alexander. This is Penny Hardaway after all the injuries, so he's not as great as he could have been, unfortunately. Tony Delk, names I remember, and that is it. OKC, which is technically the Sonics, have old Gary Payton, Vin Baker, Rashard Lewis just signed that big old contract. Oh, no, I think Rashard Lewis signed the big contract to go to Orlando after the Supersonics, right? Patrick Ewing is old as dirt. I'm really putting my NBA knowledge to the test trying to remember who was where back then. Minnesota Timberwolves have KG, Terrell Brandon, young Chauncey Billups. Now, Chauncey Billups, you may know him as Big Shot Bob. He ended up winning a title in Detroit, won Finals MVP. But the first 7 or 8 years of his NBA career, he was kind of a nobody. He was bounced around from here and there. He was in Boston to start off with, ended up with the Timberwolves. He found a home in Detroit, and then that's when he blossomed into a star because he's 24 years old here, and he's not very good. Wally Zerviak, I remember that name. Sam Mitchell, who's now coaching. He ended up coaching the Timberwolves for a little bit. He may be an assistant somewhere. I don't really remember. The Trailblazers have Rasheed Wallace. I wish they had his face scan. Arvydas Sabonis. Scottie Pippen is super old. Steve Smith. Damon Stoudemire. You got Mighty Mouse. 5'10 guard. He used to hoop too. Detlef Schrempf is old. Oh my God. Bonzi Wells. Sean Kemp. I mean, he's been through some injuries at this point, and he just wasn't very good. Big old contract for that time. So a lot of teams are going to have a lot of money to work with because you got to think about it. Oh my God, Mookie Blaylock. We're taking their contracts in 2000 and we're putting them in 2000 or 2K20. The cap space in 2020 is tons, and I mean tons of ahead of what it was back then. Chris Mullin is still on this team, man. 37 years old. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the biggest contract in here is probably KG's, and he was making like $13 million. MJ, 35 years old, 98 overall. Whose GOAT is this? That's my GOAT. That's my GOAT. Sorry. Juwan Howard, Rip Hamilton, a young Rip Hamilton. He also went on to play for the Pistons, as you know, and won a championship. Mitch Richmond. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so these are all the players. So we go to 76ers, have AI, Dikembe Mutombo, Aaron McKee. I love this team back in the day because it was AI. It was his AI squad. Nobody else in this team was very good other than Mutombo, who basically, I think he got traded there halfway through the Hold on. It's Agent! There he is! There's my guy, man. There's my guy, Agent. He is... he is Kevin Ollie. He is Kevin Ollie. That's my boy. That's my boy right there. We got the Bucks, who have a younger Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, Glenn Robinson, Tim Thomas, and that's all for now. The Bulls. I mentioned how bad this Bulls team was. We have Elton Brand, who did win Rookie of the Year before, but other than that, we got an old Brad Miller. We have Ron Artest, who went on to win championships and became a Defensive Player of the Year and everything. But with the Bulls, he was super young, and he wasn't really an impactful player back then. Fred Hoiberg, who ended up coaching us for a few years, was playing back then, and Jamal Crawford, young Jamal Crawford, wasn't really impactful either. So the Bulls always end up having good young players. Like Elton Brand had a very good NBA career. Ryan Artest had a very good NBA career. Jamal Crawford, very good NBA career. But we had him when we were young, when they were young, and then we just got rid of them. Big Z, Andre Miller. Anybody else on this team? That's it. They better hope they suck in the year 2003 because that's when LeBron is coming in. Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker. Yo, me and my friend also played as the Celtics. He was Paul Pierce and I was Antoine Walker, Chicago's own number 8. And I don't know if, they got him as number 8, which is dope. Kenny Anderson. This team, wasn't very good. I think they had a few playoff runs, a few playoff berths, but they obviously didn't end up being good until the KG trade and the Ray Allen trade. Or was it Ray Allen signing KG trade? Mar Odom is here, 20 years old, super, super young. He's with Corey Maggette. He's with Darius Miles. You know what's going on. If you know, you know. The knuckleheads, man. Quentin Richardson. This team was fun to watch. And I may be getting my years wrong, but when Darius Miles was on the team with Corey Maggette, that team was pretty fun. They weren't very good, but at least they were fun. Big Brian Reeves is here. And that's pretty much it for this squad. The Memphis Grizzlies weren't very good then. This is like right after they moved, right? This is right after they moved out of Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe the year 2 after. Atlanta have Jason Terry, Tony Kukoc. They are not good at all. Their highest overall player is Jason Terry. And they got Deion Glover. I ain't heard the name in a very, very long time. Miami Heat, Eddie Jones, Anthony Mason, may he rest in peace. Alonzo Mourning is old. Tim Hardaway's old. We're almost at that point. We get to the Hornets. Jamal Mashburn. Yeah, young Baron Davis. David Wesley. Super small shooting guard. Under 6 foot shooting guard. But that's just how he got buckets. He got buckets in this time. And then the Utah Jazz. Karl Malone is there, but he's super old. Do you remember that video? I dropped the video during consistency where I was talking about the oldest team in NBA history. This is that team. Karl Malone at 37, John Stockton at 38, John Starks at 35. Look how old this team was. Jacques Vaughn is one of the youngest players on the team at 25. Wow, Deshaun Stevenson, was he really on this team? Wow. Why is this man's face so much smaller than the rest of his head? All right, then we get to the Kings. This Kings team made a couple playoff runs, was this close to get into the finals, and then some questionable officiating happened, and you know the story after that. So we have Chris Webber, Vlade Divac, Peja Stojakovic, Doug Christie, White Chocolate, Bobby Jackson. Man, this team was so cool, bro. This team was so cool. A young Hedo Turkoglu. This team had a lot of, dare I say, swagger. And then we to the Knicks with Latrell Sprewell, Allen Houston, Larry Johnson. This is like right after they signed him to a big old contract, at least for that time of in NBA history. $11 million for that time was huge, huge contract. And they were back to the Lakers. Okay, so we're going to simulate this season. We're going to take a look at some stats who make the playoffs, who doesn't. We're going to do this over and over again. See free agency, the draft. The draft is where things really go down. I don't even remember who's in this draft class. I don't think this is a very good one. But scouting, let's see. Number 1 guy is Gilbert Arenas, Tony Parker, Richard Jefferson, Jason Richardson, Pau Gasol. Then you're going to have like some auto-generated guys that are going to come in and sneak some spots. Tyson Chandler ended up with the Bulls. So, As you can see, Tony Parker's ranked as the second best guy, and as you know, Tony Parker was definitely not drafted that high, but we know in real life how good Tony Parker ended up being, so the rookie version of him is going to be similar to the real version of him, you get what I'm saying? So again, history's just being rewritten, and I'll be right back at the end of the season. So Shaq ended up winning MVP. He averaged 32 and 17. He's playing in 2020 pace, so Shaq is going to be dominant. Mag Hartbringer, who is a white guy in real life, but he has Tony Allen's body, won Rookie of the Year, I guess. Daniel Marshall, Sixth Man of the Year, Shaq Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player as well. Okay, he went from 29 points to 32. A lot more rebounds. So again, the pace is so much higher nowadays than it was in his time. Cozy over to Frank Vogel, who in real life it was Phil Jackson. All NBA first team, AI, Kobe, Froby, KG, Timmy D, Shaq. These are the guys I grew up watching, man. It's good to see them all there. Sharif Abdul-Rahim, a surprising player to make an all-NBA team. He averaged 25 and 12. Chris Webber averaged 24 and 11. Vlade Divac ended up averaging 12, 11, and 7.5. Playmaking big. And the third team, we got Steve Francis, Jalen Rose, Paul Pierce, Alonzo Mourning. Defensive teams, we have a old MJ. Man, I mean, if you can defend, you can defend. Am I right? So that's all we need to really see. I mean, I guess we could just take a look at this. Oh, AI averaged 40 on 54% shooting. Got it. Goated. Kobe averaged 37. Again, these are players that we've never ever seen play at this type of pace. So it's good to see this. This is what AI could have done if you played in this era. Fight me if you disagree. Assists per game, Baron Davis, John Stockton still getting his assist numbers up. Shaq, Ben Wallace. All right, so let's just see who wins the championship. My money is on the Lakers, but the Indiana Pacers were the 1 seed out there, and I'm a bit afraid of them. Never mind, the Lakers won it, and Kobe won Finals MVP, averaging 42, 7, and 7 in the 4 Finals games. All right, let's see who retired from here. Jerome Kersey, Herb Williams, anybody that we know and love, Patrick Ewing. But that's it. Kevin Edwards has Carson Edwards' picture. I like what you did there. Roster creator. I mean, they got the same last name. Might as well give it to them. League meetings. I don't want to change anything. Draft lottery. This is where things are going to go down. Who's going to end up with Powell? Who's going to end up with Tony Parker? Oh, yeah, that Pelicans team had no NBA players on it. So, of course, they're going to end up with a high draft pick. So, let's see how it goes. I think I'm just going to simp to end instead of sitting here watching it. Powell went first overall to the Pelicans. They start off with their first NBA player. Gilbert Arenas ends up with the Utah Jazz. A generated guy, Donovan Jameson, went to the Raptors. That kind of sucks for them. I wish they would win with RJ. Who else is here? Jason Richardson goes to the Thunder. Tony Parker ends up with the Cavs instead of the Spurs. Tough world. The Nets end up with Tyson Chandler. Zach Randolph, not grit and grind, baby. He's going to the Mile High Club. Shane Battier goes to the 76ers. Who else is here that we know? Gerald Wallace go to the Heat. But again, this is a draft class that doesn't have many active NBA players anymore because it was that long ago. Anybody in the second round that we should know? Trent Hassel. But Brian Scalabrine went to the Nets. Oh my God, how did I not see him? Brian Scalabrine, Stephen Hunter, these are all NBA players. Brendan Hayward goes to the Nuggets too. I thought that was going to be Rod Strickland. I was like, that doesn't make sense. But it's Robin Strickland, auto-generated guy. All right, so this draft class is kind of cheeks. I'm not going to lie to you. But let's see what free agency is going to look like in the year 2001. We have Derek Anderson, Anthony Mason, Tim Hardaway, pretty old, but he's a free agent. No big time. That is an error. How the heck did Bam Adebayo sneak in this video? There's nobody else from current day. How the heck did Bam Adebayo... First of all, Jamal Crawford's asking for $27 million as a 73 overall. So his agent needs to be fired. But what I can do to prevent this from happening, I'm going to go edit him because he can end up ruining this whole video. We love Bam Adebayo here. Oh, I can literally delete him from the roster. Oh my God. I'm Thanos. boom, he's gone. There's no more Bam Adebayo. His existence is over. He faded away. But since this draft class doesn't really have that many good NBA players in it, I just skip it. It doesn't really matter. Player progression. Shaq gets better. We're not going to go through this with every team. Actually, let's not go through that at all. We're going to go to the next season, the 2001 draft class. Off the top of my head, don't remember anybody, so we have to wait and see. So what I think I'm going to do in this video, I think I'm going to go until after LeBron's rookie season. All right, so that's what, 2-3 more years? I loaded in the wrong draft class. That's why, see, 2K, we give 2K a lot of crap. But in previous 2Ks, if you loaded in the wrong draft class, you were screwed. But now, I can just fix that. Look at that, I fixed it. And now we have Amari Stoudemire, Caron Butler, Yao Ming, let's go. Jay Williams, he won't get in that motorcycle accident, so we can literally see how good of an NBA career he would have had. Matt Barnes, who else we got in here? Nene, Drew Gooden, being good is good, that'll get to Drew Gooden. Who else we got? A lot of generated guys still. Carlos Boozer, that's a Bulls fan of me talking. Is that all? That's another draft class that just doesn't really have that many NBA players in it. All right, so let's see. I just want to see, when are we going to get some big name free agents? Let's go through all players and see how many of them are on the next year's free agency is going to be tough. Shaq is on 2 years. Kobe's on 2 years. Vince Carter's a free agent this year. All right, okay. You love to see it. Paul Pierce. So we could see potentially some of these guys switching teams. So let's go to the end of the season. Shaq goes back-to-back. And the Lakers might end up going back-to-back. Now, this is the main problem with when you load in these draft classes. They always give Rookie of the Year to one of the auto-generated players. So, like, when I've done this in the past, LeBron didn't win Rookie of the Year, even though he averaged, like, 28 points per game. It's just a flaw in the system. This is such a good thing, just sometimes to get things wrong, all right? So, Jerome Williams was 6th man of the year. I don't even remember Jerome Williams, but there he is. Shaq, Defensive Player of the Year again. Most Improved went to LaRon Profit. Hey Siri. Who is LaRon Profit?
Okay, I found this on the web for who is LeBron Prophet.
Okay.
Check it out.
Again, my Siri is Australian. I keep forgetting to change that back. But she thought I said LeBron instead of LaRon. I've never heard this name before, so I just want to make sure this is a real guy. It is a real guy. Wow, okay. So he's 42 years old now. He played for the Lakers for a little bit. He had a very nothing career. He went to China. He went to Italy to play. Either way, here he is, and he won Most Improved in this world. Again, we're in a whole different world nowadays. T-Mac, AI, Tim Duncan, Chris Webber, and Shaq, All-NBA first team. Very similar to last year. I think Chris Webber was second team last year. And then second team, we have Jerry Stackhouse getting a lot of love here because he was a very good scorer in his day. Glenn Robinson, Sharif Abdul-Rahim is back, and Powell averages 25 and 11 in his rookie season. Powell, I mean, you gotta think about it. You remember what his roster looked like? He's playing with a bunch of nobodies. So of course he's gonna get his numbers. Of course he's gonna get his numbers. Oh, let's see if AI averaged 40 again, because that would be fun. No, he averaged 35 though. 35 and 6. 35 and 6. Glenn Robinson put up his numbers. Gilbert Arenas averaged 28 his first year. Now, as you see right here, the problem is that it does have Gilbert Arenas listed as a 6-year pro rather than a 0-year pro. And I guess technically I can go in and change that, but that takes way too long. Imagine me doing that for all 30 first-round picks. It's not something that matters that much, as the Lakers repeat and Shaq wins Finals MVP this time around. Retirements. Hakeem Olajuwon calls it a career after a very successful one, 2 championships, some MVPs, Hall of Famer. Deadlift Strength, Reggie Miller, Chris Childs. Wow, they bogus for giving that the picture for Chris Childs. Chris Childs is notorious for doing some things that actually younger people, if you don't know the name Chris Childs, Google it. It's nothing nasty. You know, just Google it, click videos, come back to the video, and then you will know why his name is notorious in NBA history. It wasn't because he was very good, I'll tell you that much. Oh, my game just cut out. And it crashed. Well, I hope autosave was on. Please tell me it's saved. Please tell me it's saved, because I'm not redoing it. Okay. Here we are. Hall of Fame inductees, Hakeem Olajuwon, makes sense. League meetings, nothing. All right, so let's see who's going to end up with the first overall pick. and get Amari Stoudemire probably. Miami Heat has the highest odds technically and end up in the Pelicans again. So we may see a front court of Amari Stoudemire and Pau Gasol, baby. Miami Heat have a pick. So let's see who goes where. Oh, I'm super excited for this one. They took Jay Williams, so they got a point guard to go with Pau Gasol. I forgot Yao Ming was in this class, but he is going to the Warriors, not the Houston Rockets. They compared him to Mark Eden, which kind of makes sense because they're both super, super tall people. Caron Butler goes 4th overall to the Nuggets. Where the heck? Wasn't Amari Stoudemire in his draft class? Did he drop that far? Carlos Boozer's there. Amari dropped all the way to 22. Oh, it says his age is 66 years old, 2K. That's why. Why the heck would you draft somebody that's 66? Okay, that is something I will go in and change because Amari Stoudemire was a very prominent player in this time period. I can't afford for him to be retiring after 1 year because he's 66 years old. So they just came up. They drafted a guy who they thought was 66, and he actually ended up being... How old was Amari back then? How old was he when he got drafted? I don't really know. So there are flaws in the system. There are flaws in the system. But Amari, I'm going to change him. Oh, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to put his birth year to like, I don't know, 2000. What? I can put his birth year to 2029? And that will make him 19. I'm so confused. All right, we're gonna keep on with the video. Let's go into free agency. Let's see. I think Vince Carter was a free agent, right? Paul Pierce, Dirk, Mike Bibby. Okay, we got 2 big time names. And I think Vince Carter was a free agent. He must have resigned because he's not here. He must have resigned. But Paul Pierce has offers. The Rockets look like they're going to get him. The Magic. Oh my God, Dirk. Dirk is leaving. Don't tell me. Say it ain't so. Paul Pierce goes to the Rockets and the the Magic get Dirk. Oh my God. So the Magic are gonna have T-Mac and Dirk and Grant Hill. Oh boy, we are really talking now. We talking now. The things are really starting to go different. The Rockets, they still got C franchise, or did he sign somewhere else too? The Rockets, C franchise, and Paul Pierce are teamed up with Cuttino Mobley. Didn't I delete this man? What the heck? I deleted you. I got rid of you. I ended you. I literally ended you, Bam. He won't die. He won't go away. All right, I think I got to sit here and turn him to a 25 overall so he's not getting PT and he doesn't mess things up. All right, so I got him to a 52 overall. That is enough. All right, so free agency is about over. It's time to load in a 2003 draft class. 2003 is the year of legends. Literally the year of legends. So many future Hall of Famers came from this draft class, and we will talk about it because we're starting off with the GOAT, potentially, to some people. LeBron James. Dwayne Wade. Carmelo Anthony. Darko's not in this draft class, apparently. Chris Kaman is here. Oh my God, there's so many generated guys. Nick Collison ended up having a long NBA career. Luke Walton is now coaching, but he had an NBA career. Barbosa, the Brazilian Bullet. Kyle Korver. Wow, it's only a few of these players that are still active. Kyle Korver, LeBron, Melo. Those are the 3 players that are still active from this draft class. Oh, Darko is there. But he went, what, 2nd overall in real life? And they got him projected to go 47th. That is crazy. Lou Ritenow. Zaza. Brian Cook. I think that is it. Yeah, if you were down here, you don't deserve any acknowledgement. So it's now the tankathon to try to get LeBron James. That's what it's boiling down to. Because whoever gets him, their franchise is turned around completely. Now, Shaq, Kobe, AI, VC, Jason Kidd, Michael Jordan old self. All of these guys are free agents this offseason. So this is a big year. A lot of free agents, a great draft class. The whole league will be shaking up this season. And the Lakers starting off trash. But I'll see y'all at the end of the year. T-Mac wins MVP. All right. We get somebody new. It is not Shaquille O'Neal because the Lakers win 42-40. This is the year that Kobe and Shaq breaks up, I guess. Orlando Fernandez averaged 30. This auto-generated rookie is an 89 overall. 2K, what the heck? Oh, he was drafted last year. He was a drafting stash from Spain, and now he came over. Okay, but he averaged 30 points. That is crazy. Antoine James, the 6th man of the year. Shaq, Defensive Player of the Year still. Leon Hodges wins Most Improved, and Nate McMillan wins Coach of the Year. So T-Mac, Gilbert Arenas now for the Utah Jazz. These are all NBA teams. AI's there. He's second team now. He's falling off a little bit at 27, man. He was first team. Now you second team. What's going on? What is going on? So, yeah, this is the year that the Lakers fell off, I guess. So, this is the year we're probably going to get a new champion. Jerry Stackhouse led the league in scoring at 35. Led the league in assists is Baron Davis, Jason Kidd, and Steve Nash. Steals, we got AI and Shane Battier. Blocks, we have Shaq and Alonzo Mourning and Timmy D. All right, let's see who wins the championship. We're probably going to be crowning a new champion because the Lakers just got eliminated. So, we're 100% crowning a new champion. I see that the 1 seed got eliminated by the 8 seed. Tim Duncan doing his thing, and then he got swept. So we got the Rockets, who have... Did they get Dirk, or did they get... They got Paul Pierce. That's who they got. But AI is here. AI did it. It's different. History is different. AI gets his ring, man. AI did it. Oh, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. As a real big AI fan, this is a great moment. He put a 47 in a game 7, and he gets a title. He will no longer be one of the best players to never win it all. Retirement: John Stockton, Chris Mullin, Ron Harper. I still don't see MJ retiring. The man is just padding his stats at this point. League meetings, nothing gets approved by me. None of this. And now we go to the draft lottery. Who will end up with LeBron? And it will be... Oh my God! Oh my God! Listen here. This is so crazy. Boom. We do have LeBron probably going number 1. The Denver Nuggets can take Melo at 2. The Heat can take Wade at 5. I cannot believe my eyes. History is about to repeat itself. It could, if they don't take LeBron with this first overall pick, it is the biggest L in NBA history. That's all I gotta say. It's the biggest L in NBA history. I want to watch this one unfold. First overall pick. No, that's not what we wanted. No, 2K. What the heck? And that means LeBron is probably gonna go second overall, right? This is supposed to be Melo. And it will be, hello? LeBron. Wow, bro, the Cavs. What are you doing? He's from Akron. He's from your state. He's a drive away. That is the biggest L. That's just like if the Bulls didn't draft Derrick Rose. He's a kid of your city, of your... Dwayne Wade went first. LeBron was second. Carmelo went to the Hawks. He ended up on the Hawks, didn't he? For like a day. And then they traded him to the Bulls. And then the Bulls had him for 10 days and they released him. Something like that. I cannot believe it, man. Nick Collison goes to the Pelicans. Who else do we have in this draft? Cal Korver goes to the Trailblazers. Chris Kaman goes to the Celtics. Luke Walton goes to the Suns. Wow, bro. It just blew my mind that they just did that. I am actually mad about this. Where's Darko, though? Where the heck is Darko? Darko went 52nd. I had to do some quick math in my head. 52nd for a guy that was drafted number 2 in real life. All right, so we're going to free agency, and things are about to shake up because, as you can see, Vince Carter. Oh, wait. Did that mean Shaq and Kobe both resigned? Shaq and Kobe both resigned. Both of them signed extensions, so they will not break up. They will not break up. So Vince Carter, Jason Kidd, Michael Jordan has 0 offers because he's 38 and he won $45 million. I wouldn't offer him that either. And I know he's a GOAT. He's still averaging 20 points per game at almost 40. But come on, man. Jermaine O'Neal, Sean Marion is good at this point. Ron Artest is good now. So all those guys can be in different places. Let's see where they end up going. 8 days. Vince Carter went to the Celtics. Jason Kidd went to the Pistons. MJ with the Spurs on a 1-year, $42 million contract. Jermaine O'Neal goes to the Grizzlies. Sean Marion with the Blazers. Steve Francis with the Heat. Oh my, I think we got to go through teams again. But the way we're going to do it, again, this is our last year. So we're going to go through teams again, but we're only going to pay attention to teams that ended up making the playoffs, all right? So I will see y'all at the end of the season. You know what I'm going to, I'll see y'all at the end of the season. I'm sorry. I don't want to spoil nothing. Okay, season is close to wrapping up. Let's see what's going on. The Lakers are just still mediocre. Tracy McGrady won MVP again. Doesn't matter about Rookie of the Year. Alonzo Mourning won Sixth Man of the Year. Shaq, Defensive Player of the Year again. Jesse Daltrey, that's a new name to me, wins Most Improved. And Coach of the Year went to James Borrego. They won 65 games. Okay, so I see the Denver Nuggets. The Cavs did not make it. The Hawks did make it. All right, so let's go around the league. Let's take a look at these teams that ended up making the playoffs. Take a look at their rotations, right? Mike Bibby, Michael Dickerson, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Othello Harrington, and Jermaine O'Neal. Very decent team. I can understand why they won 55 games. Portland Trail Blazers have Joel Hamilton, a rookie. Cal Korver, a rookie. Sean Marion, Rasheed Wallace, Marcus Camby. Their backcourt is rookies, and they're the number 2 seed. Then we have Moochie Norris, Katino Mobley, Paul Pierce, Morris Taylor. Didn't they? Oh, Steve Francis signed somewhere else, I guess. Steve Francis is not on this team anymore, but they still end up winning 52. Then we have the Sacramento Kings. Doug Christie, Paige Stojakovic. Yep, this team is still the same. The Lakers, pretty much the same. They still got Byron Russell coming off the bench. Tim Hardaway's now in town at 37 years old. And this is the team that has MJ. He averaged 21 again with Tim Duncan, who's averaging just 20. I guess that's fine. Brad Miller, who is okay, all right. They gave him Mo Williams' face. Then the Denver Nuggets. LeBron averaged 26, 6 and 3 his rookie season. He shot 38% from 3, 51% from the field. He's with Antonio McDyess. It's actually not a bad pairing. Not a bad pairing. And they got Caron Butler coming off the bench when they could possibly play them together. It's fine. It's fine. He's still averaging good numbers off the bench. Zach Randolph is still there, so he can make it work. Then we have the Pelicans. They turned their franchise around pretty fast. Jay Williams averaged 20 this season, with Powell, who averaged 24. Alonzo Mourning is there, but he's old. He's old as dirt. And then they have Nick Collison, who was a rookie this season, now an 81 overall. And that is it. The worst team in the league was the Supersonics. They have Jason Richardson, Desmond Mason. Gary Payton is old. Vin Baker's old. Yeah. Next, Eastern Conference. Baron Davis, David Wesley, Jamal Masburn, Lamar Odom, and P.J. Brown is a starting 5 of the best team in the league. But off the bench, they still have Elton Brand, who left Chicago to go here to try to win a championship, I would guess. This guy who's an auto-generated dude, but he's an 85 overall. And those are all the guys we know. The Brooklyn Nets, Stephon Marbury, Keith Van Horn is still there. Tyson Chandler's starting to round it to himself. I need more blocks than that, Tyson. For sure need more blocks than that. Boston, Vince Carter, Bonzi Wells, Antoine Walker, Nazi Muhammad. I like it. I like it. Then MVP Tracy McGrady says Grant Hill and Dirk on his team. Scott Pollard. This team better. How are they only winning 48 games? I don't know. Maybe it's because their point guard position is nothing. They're starting a guy who averaged 5 for them and shot 30%. That's terrible. Jason Terry, Michael Redd. Michael Redd is starting to come up. He's 24 years old. Carmelo averaged 27 and a half. Melo, go crazy then. Go stupid, Melo. And Rafe LaFrance, Rashad Lewis is coming off the bench because Melo is in town. Nick Van Exel, AI team they're not very good anymore, but he got his championship, so that's all he cares about. Darko is their starting center, and he averaged 4. It's Darko-like. Indiana Pacers, Jalen Rose, Dikembe Mutombo, and then Jerry Stackhouse still averaging a lot of points, but he's got Jason Kidd on this team now. Ben Wallace at the power forward. Oh, this team should be pretty good defensively, right? And then what team? Oh, the Cleveland Cavaliers had Dwayne Wade. He averaged 24 and 8 his rookie season. Okay, let's see who led the league in scoring. Then we're going to simulate this season and call it a year. It was Kobe averaging 36. Sit back, relax, fellas. We see who win it all. The Lakers get eliminated. That's no surprise there. And we're going to see the Trailblazers take a championship. Rasheed Wallace wins finals MVP. Dirk and them make it to the finals but get eliminated by the young Kyle Korver, Sean Marion squad. Okay. I don't know how long this video is. I'm guessing it's a long one. But if you got to this point, you're a real legend. You have to like something. You know, if you got to this point, you had to like this video. So don't forget to leave it a like, man. We'll bring this back very, very soon. The more likes, the sooner we'll do it, okay? I'll be back. Peace.